I can never get affected by the Hollywood hype because it's like every time I come home, I get slapped back into reality again by passing the Marathon store.
So when you pass through the Crenshaw district and you have to pass by the Marathon clothing store, what feelings come to mind for you when you see that it's, still boarded up 3 years later after Nipsey Hussle was murdered?
I sort of have a little hood PTSD, actually. And it makes my head want to explode every single time I pass there. I remember so much. I mean, I've shopped there. I bought the $100 vape there. All my marathon gear is from in there. It's such a historic site now for such a horrible reason. It was on its way to being a historic site for another reason.
Right.
And I remember all the people. If you can imagine 50,000 people on the corner of Crenshaw and Slauson. I remember the funeral procession. And that's the thing about me and my life and my career, is I can get dressed up and put on all the jewelry and the shoes and the bag and the lashes and the makeup and go to Hollywood or Beverly Hills and go to a fancy event and red carpet and schmooze and have open bar and eat finger food. But then I come back over the hill and I have to pass that. So I can never get affected by the Hollywood hype because it's like every time I come home, I get slapped back into reality again by passing the Marathon store. And it's just tragic.
What would you like to see the site be moving forward?
Well, I wouldn't like to see them tear it down because the building itself has a look and has memories. And I think that we're going to go up. I think that we're going to build a living facility going up.
Right, high-rise apartment.
And I would like to see maybe some stores reopen. Maybe they would sell marathon gear there again. And of course it wouldn't be a fish market and stuff. Now it'd be more like a Starbucks and a, Chipotle or whatever like that. Cleaners, which they were gonna have anyway, or did have. And if there was just a way to keep it safe, if there were a way to keep it safe and not, vandalized or anything like that, that's what I would like to see. I'm not sure what they're actually going to do, though.
Okay. So another thing that I wanted to ask you real quick about Nipsey is, we have this problem in America where, it seems like the brightest minds, Black males, are just like cut down and cut short, So I know that's an issue for me personally when I think about his death. What is something that bothers you the most about Nipsey Hussle, what happened to him, his passing? Just what bothers you the most about his tragic ending of the tragic ending of his life? Sorry.
It was so senseless. It was by somebody he had slight association with in the past. Somebody had been in his face. I think it was actually just good old-fashioned jealousy because Eric Holder didn't really have a lot going for him. And yet, the little girl he was with that day was clearly fawning over Nip, had taken a picture and had posted it, I believe I heard, and was so enamored with him that whatever he had in him before just boiled over that day. Not to mention the fact he just happened to have 2 gats on him. It also bothers me that the very sacred ground that he had stomped over and treaded over and been arrested on and came up from selling tapes on the street to acquiring a building to employing convicts who were having a hard time finding a job and making a product that people was wearing proudly in that district, which had been so thrown away.
Right.
Those are the things that hurt me.